right, you are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So I just finished watching The Last Dance, and fuck me. This must be how nerds felt when Game of Thrones ended. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm going to do with the rest of my life now. Those were the best 10 hours of anything I've ever watched. That was the best viewing thing I've ever seen. If the genie from Aladdin granted me one wish, I'd be like, can you take me back to before I watched The Last Dance? I want to watch it clean again. I had tears probably 6 or 7 times throughout that whole thing. And at no point were those tears for someone who died either, or got cancer, or anything like that. It was for shots. He hit it on the buzzer, baby. And tears rolling down my cheeks. What? Someone died? I was welling up. Tears were also coming to my eyes when Jordan would talk about how hard he'd work, or when other people would talk about how hard Jordan worked. I'd get a little bit misty. Then Jordan's trainer talked about how hard Jordan worked, and he started tearing up. Do you know how hard you have to work to make other human beings cry at how hard you work? To make other human beings stand there in awe of how hard you work. I don't know how hard that is. I will never know how fucking hard that is. Jordan played that game 5 against Utah with fucking food poisoning. He was on death's door. He hadn't held down food in 24 hours, hadn't slept, was cramping. He goes out there. He's fucked. He finds another gear, and then just his willpower takes over. I swear to God, yesterday, I've been stretching for a couple of weeks now with no improvement at all. And yesterday I went to go stretch and my legs were as tight as the first day I stretched. I'm like, I'm tight. That's a sign my body wants me to rest. I better take a day off stretching. No, I'm not giving up stretching. I'm just taking a day off. You got to listen to your body. Do you reckon Jordan would have given up on the... Do you reckon Jordan would have given up on the stretch before the game? That's what Boyle would have been like in Game 6. Pippen comes back out. He's almost paralyzed. Jordan has played almost every minute of 2 consecutive games. They're out there, and I'd be calling over Phil Jackson. I'd be like, Phil, just come over here for a second. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to make it out there today. My groins are a touch tight. I don't know what it is. I've been stretching for 2 consecutive weeks now, and they're still fucking tight. I don't get it. I'm going to have to sit this one out, Phil. Is that the heart of a champion? I never had the heart of a champion. Except when it came to drinking, I could go hard on that. I want a documentary made about me, about some of the benders I went on. I want it to be called The Last Dance too. My mates will be getting interviewed. They'll be like, it was day 3, we didn't think he had anything left in the tank. Day 1, he was throwing up in the toilet. He could barely join the boys. Day 2, he just dribbled the whole day. But day 3, when we thought there was no chance... he just found something. He found a little bit extra. And my friends would start getting a little bit teary, talking about how hard I'd go on a bender. He would just pull out that little bit extra for the boys. And on day 3, 3 a.m., he was arrested. It was magic. I learnt 2 things from that documentary. Hard work is everything. That's all there is. I remember in the 90s when those championships were happening, I thought they were just happening because Jordan was just there. I was like, they're inevitable. It's a foregone conclusion. They've got Jordan. That's what happens. The world just moves and Jordan accidentally wins fucking championships because he's the best. At no point did I ever think a lot of hard work went into that. I basically just thought Jordan was given superhuman powers and he used them to win championships. And it just makes you realize how much fucking went into it. That's not just rock up and Jordan wins. That is fucking psychotic hard work over a decade and a half. Yeah, he was athletically gifted and shit, but he also had the mindset and the work ethic. Like, I knew hard work was everything. I knew it was, let's say, 98% of everything hard work. I remember, I think it was a couple of Olympics ago when Michael Phelps was fucking dominating. And everyone was like, yeah, Michael Phelps, he's genetically whatever. His feet are like flippers. And I was on that train as well. I was like, yeah, Phelps, you fucking dolphin. No one gives a shit. If I was born with flippers too, I'd be winning gold medals. And then I watched an interview with this other swimmer. I think his name was Ryan Lochte. And he was always the bridesmaid to Michael Phelps. And he was a gun swimmer as well. And I saw an interview with him after Phelps had won all these gold medals. He's like, I couldn't be happier for him. I congratulate him because I know how hard he works. He works harder than all of us. He works harder than anyone out there. He's the first one there. He's the last one to leave. He just outworks us. And I'm like, fuck. And I remember watching that interview and it struck a chord. I'm like, fuck, maybe it is all about hard work. And then I decided to ignore it for the next 15 years. The second thing it taught me is I would never, ever want that level of fucking fame. Fuck that. Not that it's a threat, by the way. Not that any level of fame's a fucking threat. But that level, that's like, there's only a few people that ever reach that fucking level. It's like Michael Jackson, Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan, Elvis, and probably some other cunt, I don't know. Maybe a chick. Are there any famous chicks, like, at all? That's a joke. I remember Britney Spears was heaps famous once. But fuck that. Fuck that. How do you carry the Chicago Bulls on one shoulder, drag them to 6 fucking championships, and then on the other shoulder, carry the world's expectations of you? Hounded and hassled and fucking accosted. People just wanting to take a little piece of you. Just keep snatching, keep wanting you. Touch me, Jordan. Feel me. And he did as great as you could possibly do in that situation too. If a little kid came up to me in my fucking Porsche while I'm at a traffic light and he's like, oh, Boyle, I love your podcast. Can I get an autograph? I'd be like, hey, kid. And then finish my ciggy. Fuck off. And then flick it at his head. That's your fucking autograph. I love Jordan already, but this documentary made him human. I loved hearing Jordan say, fuck off. Fuck this. Fuck you. It was great. It was fucking great. You've got to go watch it. Everyone should watch that documentary and realize what a piece of shit you are. Work harder, you piece of shit. Seriously, go and watch it. Even if you don't like basketball, it's fucking universally great. I loved it. The Last Dance. It was the greatest thing I've ever watched. Maybe except for When We Were Kings. The Muhammad Ali documentary. Anyway, that's open for debate. Alright, I'll see you later. That's it from me tonight. Send in your, Oh, fuck. I just realized this is meant to be hypothetical day. Oh, well, you know what I'm like. I'll fucking do a hypothetical tomorrow. Jordan's just sitting there listening to this, shaking his head, just going, fuck, I thought it was hypothetical day. Alright, I'll do a hypothetical tomorrow. I completely fucking forgot about them. I was too wrapped up in The Last Dance. Forgive me, people. Alright, hypothetical tomorrow. Send in your fucked up Friday stories. Subscribe to the podcast. Tell your friends about it. See you the fuck later.